Hey boys and girls, this is Mrs. Runyon, and I wanted to check in to see how you're doing and also give you a new project that you could possibly work on. On April 22nd, that is Earth Day. And normally around this time when we're at school, we do some kind of recycling project. And I thought this would be a cool one that we can do. I normally do it with 5th grade, but I figure everybody can try this. All you're going to need is a plastic water bottle. You don't want it too thick. You'll need some permanent markers, or you can use markers like regular Crayola markers, and a pair of scissors. But for now, we'll talk about the water bottle. What you're going to be doing is, what this is going to actually turn into is at the end, it's going to be almost like a wind chime that you can hang outside or in your window. It's not really going to be a wind chime where it makes sounds, but it'll kind of look like one. And with the markers, you're going to be decorating your water bottle. And I didn't have that many colors at home, but if you have a lot of colors, be colorful. And when you're done, when you have your plastic bottle, then you're going to use your markers and you're going to just color it all the way from the top to the bottom. You don't have to do the bottom because the bottom will be cut off, and I'll show you how to do that soon. But you're going to decorate that bottle all the way to the top, and then I'm going to show you how to cut it. After it's decorated and after you put all your markers on it, and you can use paint. I've never used paint, but I'm sure you could, but obviously it needs to dry. And even though it's marker, it still needs to dry because otherwise you're going to get all over your fingers. But once it's dried, what you're going to do is you're going to get your scissors. And this is something your parents can help you with, especially for the younger ones. You're going to want to have your parents help you because you're going to hold onto your bottle. And the bottom, what you're going to do is get your scissors, and at the bottom, you're going to make a little snip. And sometimes it happens on the first try. You may have to try again, but you'll make a little snip to make a little hole that your scissors can fit into. And then you're going to rotate your scissors around because we want to get rid of that bottom. And you're going to cut all the way around just to cut the very bottom off. And you don't want to go up too high. You just want to take that bottom off. And then once you go all the way around, that little piece will come off. And you can use this for something else. But that little piece will come off. You don't need that anymore. And now you should have an open bottom of your bottle. Now, this is where you're going to create it into a, I call it like a wind chime or something you can hang, because the sun will come through it and it'll look really pretty. But how you're going to cut it is you're going to hold it just like this. I always kind of hold the hard part with the lid, and you don't want to cut this lid off ever because that's going to be what you're going to use to hang it. But you're going to get your scissors, and you're going to vertically cut up just a little bit, just a little snip, and then you're going to rotate your scissors around so that you have just a little bit. And you never, never, never want to cut thicker than that, because the thicker you cut, you'll see that it won't be that long. It won't be like a long wind chime. It'll be really short. But you also don't want to cut it so skinny that it falls off. And so you have to kind of take your time. You're going to rotate it around, and as I cut it, I rotate it, and as I get to the side where I started, I'm going to rotate my scissors up. When I see that I'm getting kind of close to the edge, I rotate my scissors up a little bit, and I'm going to continue cutting. And you can see where it's real close right there, so I want to make sure that I don't cut it, because if I cut too close, that piece will fall off, and there's really no way to fix it unless you staple it. So you're going to keep cutting it, and I'm going to keep going in a spiral rotation all the way around. And I have to go slow, because if I get around all the way to the other side and I don't realize it, I can cut that piece off. So I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to go all the way, and you can tell that it's getting really close there. So I want to always rotate it. After I make my first round, I'm going to rotate it up, and I'm going to keep going. There's no other steps other than going around and then rotating your scissors up when you see that you're getting close to the edge. And so I'm going to keep going, and I'll just go really fast, and I'm going to keep rotating it. And you don't have to go this fast, because I've done this so many times that I can do this in my sleep. So you're going to rotate it when you start seeing you're getting really close. Keep going. And you want to cut and continue cutting until you almost get to the top of your bottle. And like I said, I'm going fast, but you can go much slower. And like I said, for the littles, have your parents help you with this, because I don't want you cutting yourself with your scissors. But you can be the one that decorates this and have your parents help you cut it. Because I did this with my family one year, and I had everybody make their own water bottles, and then we hung them all together, and it looked so cool. We hung it like in a tree outside, and everybody did different colors, and it looked so neat. Okay, I'm almost to the top. I'm going to keep rotating it, and I don't want to leave too much of a big chunk up at the top. I want to go all the way, but I don't want to cut off the lid, because that will be the part that I will string through it, or you can use fishing line would hold it. And I think I'm pretty much done. And you see how high up I went up. And I know it's going to be hard to see, but this is, when you hang it up, you'll hang it up from the lid, and then when you hang it, it'll, depending on how thick you cut it or how thin you cut it, will be how long it will be. So the thinner your strips that you cut in a row, when you go spiral around, if it's skinny, it'll be really long. If it's thick, it'll be really short. So maybe if you make more than one, you can make some that are short, some that are long, and then bunch them together, and it'll be kind of like a little chandelier, which is, when you put all these different together, it'll look like a big piece of art. So I hope you enjoyed your Earth Day lesson, and this is something just fun to do. And I'm sure a lot of you have these little plastic bottles hanging around. I've never used like a bigger bottle. I'm sure with your parents' help, you could probably cut that too, but I've only used like the thin clear water bottles. But have fun, use markers, use paint, and I would love to see what you created.